Good evening, YouTube. Radiant Sealer is back with the new deck of the month for March 2008. The theme of this month has been quite hard to find, but I finally managed it. It's called Bust Out, and it's made mostly for busting out a lot of powerful creatures pretty fast. So I'll just take you through it. We run 1 Armed Dragon level 5. Since it's a 5-star and can be used easily to destroy the opponent's monsters, then we run 3 Pyramid Turtles for busting out zombies, and this is pretty useful since they can actually have 2000 defense when you bust them out. That's pretty useful. Double Custom counters 2 when you attribute summoning a dark monster. Snipe Hunter is stable for destruction. D-Hero Dasher, when he's in the grave and you draw a card, you're allowed to special summon it if it's a monster. Vampire Lord, it's just a cool zombie and it's summonable by the effect of Pyramid Turtle. So I think it's pretty cool. Got 2000 attack, and when it deals direct damage to the opponent, you may pick if a monster, spell or trap type within your opponent's deck and set it off to remove from play or graveyard. Can't remember, but that's not really too important. Patrician of Darkness, you get to pick which cards are attacked. It's actually summonable by Pyramid Turtle with just 1400 defense. Despair from the Dark, this is the reason we have 1 Double Custom. I think it's personally a good zombie with 3000 defense and 2800 attack points. It can be suitable for almost anything. And it's usable for, well, quite offensive move. That weird sound you just heard was the phone going off. Don't know what's wrong. Then we're having the 3 most offensive cards in the deck. Ryukagi, summonable by Pyramid Turtle, has 2400 attack and 2000 defense. When it fights with a warrior spellcaster, that monster is automatically destroyed at the end of damage calculation. So it's a nuker against Six Samurai and such. Now for the light side of the deck. The Creator Incarnate, tributed to special summon the Creator from your hand. Then a pretty offensive card we got here from the Phantom Darkness, just came in the door. The Calculator is a 2-star monster with a question mark attack, 0 defense. Now this one's pretty cool since its attack is equal to the number of levels on your field x 300, which means if you have like 10 levels out, and not monsters with level in the name, but just 10 levels like 2 Kaiser Seahorse and this one, then it will have 3000 attack points. And that's quite a head of a lot for a 2-star monster. We run 2, I can recommend 3, but don't, yeah, well, never mind. 3 Kaiser Seahorse, 1 in Ultra Rare, that's the one I'll let you see. Well, they're basically the Double Custom, just for light attribute monsters. Counts as 2. Then we're running one of my favorite resurrection monsters, the Creator, and we're running 2 of them. He may be 8-starred, that's quite a downer to a monster with just 2300 attack, but he does have 3000 defense, which is pretty useful. And then he has a pretty good ability. You can, once per turn, select a monster in your graveyard, ditch a card from your hand, and then you're allowed to special summon that monster. So it's good for exchanging monsters in your hand with those in your grave. A card of the week winner, Prime Material Dragon. It's a light dragon type, and if you want to know what it does, then just look in my card of the week. Then we have Vanity's Ruler. Now this is like a Jinzo in this deck, since it's a lockdown card. But what this one locks down is your opponent's special summoning. You see, when he's out on the field, your opponent are not allowed to special summon, but you still are. That's pretty cool. It's way better than so many other lockdowns, I think. Now, another cool thing about this one is that it might be 8 stars, so you have to tribute 2, whatever Kaiser Seahorse mixes up with that, but it actually has 2500 attack points. It's a fairy, and, well, it can't be special summoned. That's its bad part. You can't special summon this one. Now then, for a light dragon, ultra rare, Felgrand Dragon, you would most of you all would know what this one does, or just write me. I think you all know, since it's in the Rise of the Dragon Lords. Another ultra rare, Superconductor Tyranno. I believe it's from the Dinosaur starter deck. I don't know, I just got my hands on it. And it has freaking 3,300 attack points. And a 2 sacrifice, which is easily made up for with Case of Seahorse as well. So that's pretty useful. Now, that was the monsters. Now we're going over the spells and traps. We have a Spirit Barrier. As long as you control monsters on your side of the field, you can't take battle damage. So if you're running against a Crystal Beast deck, etc., Amethyst Cat's attack won't go through to you directly, or yes they will, but you won't take the damage, so there's really no use to doing that. Sacred Armor, stable. Then we're running a Hero Emerges, and this is where the busting out part comes. When your opponent declares an attack, he or she picks a card in your hand without looking at it. If it's a monster, you get to special summon it. That's pretty useful in this deck, since there's only like 2 or 3 monsters that can't be special summoned from your hand. Then we're running Foolish Burial. As any monster you want from your deck to your graveyard. That can be okay useful with the right combination of cards, which I'm going to show you now, or in a minute. Then we have Precious Card from Beyond, continuous spell card. When you tribute summon a monster that requires 2 or more tributes, you're allowed to draw 2 cards. So for this deck, it's like a Pot of Greed, which ain't banned, and I double checked it, it ain't banned. And it keeps working, so add this one if you're running tribute monsters, I really can recommend it. We're running 2 Lightning Vortex. For primary destruction, ditch a card from your hand and nuke your opponent's monsters down. MST stable, destroying spells and traps. Now, I was so happy when I heard this one got off the ban list. Monster Reborn. Resurrects either a monster from your grave or your opponent's grave. I mean, is that cool or what? It's okay, it's limited, but I still can't see why they made this one unbanned and banned Call of the Haunted, but that's their case. Book of Life, another resurrection card, which only works for zombie monsters. Special summon a zombie from your grave and remove a monster in your opponent's grave from the game. So, I think it's pretty useful for this deck. I can actually recommend using 2. I couldn't find my second when I made this deck, so don't mind that. Premature Burial, Resurrection. Pot of Avarice, reshuffling 5 monsters from your grave into your deck and draw 2 cards. Pretty useful. Now for the cards that allow summoning from your hand easier, we have Soul Exchange. When you tribute summon a monster, you are allowed to tribute one of your opponent's monsters instead. Only works once. Brain Control, 800 life points off, take control of an opponent's face-up monster. Mausoleum of the Emperor, which is also the last card. Instead of paying monsters, you are allowed to pay 1000 life points for every monster needed for a tribute summon. That was the deck of the month for March 2008. I will try to be back up soon enough, but I don't know actually. I think I'm gonna make some new duels with my brother soon and may have a card of the week, so just wait and see, okay? Please comment, rate, and of course I hope you enjoyed the movie. See you guys.